Rolling sound, action. This universe of sound is really important to me, and I've done a lot of radio and stuff in the past where you're storytelling strictly through sound design.
That's great. That's great.
And so for us, we don't have a B unit. We don't have a B team on set at all these places grabbing things, grabbing all those layers. So we have to create them after the fact. And creating them after the fact means ADR. A drunk chick just bumped into your date. So if you want to make your improv a little bit more about taking care of your date than admonishing that gal, that's cool. Foley. And of course, music.
Yeah, because this one has the piano, which like...
And that's why I was thinking maybe it's just an a cappella vocal.
People know it is true.
And when you put all of those things together, you get the world of the film, reality. That's great. When you're in, why don't we just throw you in there? Why don't you improvise a little bit? We've got great bands like Mumbo Gumbo, Lee Bob Watson, the amazing Lee Bob Watson out of the Bay Area, Greg Scott out of Seattle. Que Sera participated in the project. David Christensen from Que Sera did original scoring, which was fantastic. Matt McDermott, who's doing our sound design, we get really lucky with him because he actually comes from music.
And end right there. But I need to extend that note.
Yeah.
And it turned out that we had some pre-produced music songs that came to us that we edited, and then what we've done with Matt and Atlas and Arrows now is create some original pieces on the fly and augment pre-existing pieces. That thing drops really heavy right there at the top, and then the violin is just sort of sustaining. It is the last, very last.
We both know it is true. Every breath I've ever taken's got me high of you.
Two pieces that needed studio work were actually from Atlas and Arrows. So we had cut a few things to a couple of their songs. We actually had not met them before we had been cutting to their music, and then they came to visit one day, and it was a lot of fun to show it to them.
Tell me, sugar, what can I do?
It's really cool to see like images and things other people draw from our music, really.
It's exactly how I saw it in my head, I guess. Like, it's amazing seeing two pieces of art combined together. Like, you know, like something that we've done and we put so much hard work into, and something that, you know, Elizabeth says, and like all these people work so hard to do it, you know, and all that hard work comes together and pays off. Yeah. So I think it's beautiful.
I think it was their first experience with having their music paired to photographic storytelling in this way. So it was just a lot of fun. There was a moment where our main character, Eric, sort of sees this woman that he's going to fall in love with. And suddenly, in this sort of random moment, he sees her as if for the first time. And we really needed some kind of, just a little musical something to accentuate that moment. Can we do this? Can we throw a riff? And so Jet Haggerty did a great solo for us in the studio, recorded by Matt McDermott. And we just sort of talked him through it. We showed him the piece, and he could see that connection that the character was having. And we just kept saying, "You're falling in love, Jet. You're falling in love, Jet. Okay, you're falling in love. You're falling in love." And he did this very sweet little riff, and it was just perfect and a perfect musical lead-in to the scene that followed. One of the tougher moments was this funeral sequence, and we went through some very hard jazz, we went through some kind of, various genres, really, and we ended up with this very simple, very pared down Atlas and Arrows piece, and I just felt like it needed a little vocal quality to sort of ground it and give us that warmth and emotion, but no lyrics. Can we do it again and think of it as a lullaby?
Yeah.
And so we went with, Madison obviously has this beautiful magical voice. That's great. You just want to hit it again?
Sure.
The humming's really nice, the humming.
Okay, I'll do the humming.
Maddie's vocal on top of that piece of music made it just rich enough and textured enough that it would that the music would stand alone for that long a pass, and it was just the right sort of just really delivers that internal experience that's going on for Eric at that moment, for the main character. We had another small miracle, really, in the case of Ryan Ladd and Eric Jacobs. These, again, two young musicians who came to us through personal relationships, they did some original composing around the scene. It was a lot of fun.
Look into darkness, look into my sadness, look into my tears, look into this bad and negative type atmosphere.
This is sort of Brittany Barger as Elizabeth, her sort of fall from grace, hitting her rock bottom moment.
Elizabeth. Hey, Elizabeth.
What?
They did this really nice little edgy jam, very simple, and Eric actually improvised some lyrics that are just, they land so beautifully.
Yo, I can't believe that it's another morning. I'm looking inside of this mirror with a headache and I'm yawning. Racing through time, trying to find the meaning throughout these times. I'm feeling like the shining sun should be a crime. Check. And all the false feelings don't mix with what
Those guys just really keyed into that that moment of hers, and it just came right out of them. They were so terrific.
Where was it battling me? Where was I was supposed to win, but I lost. So what's the cost?
If you use sort of the metaphor of the rock band, the sound is the rhythm section. People they're not at the out front, they're not the lead guitar player, they're not doing the flashy stuff, seemingly, but nobody dances when you have a bad rhythm section.